Yo, what is going on, boys? Today I'm a little sick, so don't mind the voice, but I think I'll be able to power through it. Today I wanted to talk about editing, and specifically the style of editing that I prefer to both watch and, of course, to do myself when I'm making my own videos. As you can probably already tell, I am a little more of a calmer editor. I don't like flashy edits or retention editing at all. I've found myself over time growing farther and farther away from the creators that do these retention style edits. For example, Mr. Beast, I think he's gonna always make interesting videos. They're definitely not videos that I find boring by any means. In fact, quite the opposite. I just think this style of editing completely takes away from the creator aspect, and I find myself becoming less connected to the creators themselves. On stream, I got to hard mode since my last video, so I am working on getting a couple of equipables from the start. The first one requires me to be in a graveyard, hence all the dying that happened around this area. You can ignore that. Definitely was intentional. The first thing requires me to convert this bloody worm tooth into a rotten brain. Just since I'm in a crimson world, there's no other way for me to get it. Other than a brain of confusion, which I have plenty of, the only other thing I'll need is some souls of night and this. Then I'll be able to craft equipable. I got kind of lucky with the wall of flesh drop. I got this Meowth thrower. It's apparently pretty good for early hard mode, so that's very nice. And talking about editing, although I do have some experience with editing as of recent, I don't think I have enough to say for sure which is the best. Since I have only been editing for a couple months, and I found that my style is more a relaxed focus on commentary instead of actual flashiness, I've come to like get tired of the flashiness that's present in other videos. All right, the last ingredient we're gonna need is the Souls of Night, so we're gonna go drop in this Crimson Biome and go get what we need. On the topic of retention editing, it's becoming very common that people will use this style of editing to portray their content to others. In Calamity, unlike Vanilla, all you need to do to get Souls of Night straight off the bat, instead of going down to a cavern layer in the Crimson, you literally just have to mine some of these altars, and I think there's a decent chance that they'll drop some Souls of Night. Calamity faces the ore struggle that you have in Vanilla a little bit different. It blocks a lot of the early game ores behind the mech bosses, so you're slower with your progression, which is a little more balanced, but at the same time it's a little challenging. All right, here it is, the Amalgamated Brain, and we actually got a really good reforge on it straight off the bat, which is nice. I'm thinking as a ranger that the Obsidian Shield isn't going to be as important as damage output, so I might swap that out, but I'm gonna have to make a decision. All right, I ended up swapping it for the Abyssal Amulet. I think that this is gonna, of course, have me do a little more damage, as well as give me a lot more defense. All right, now that we have that done, let's go explore caves, see if we can find some either Palladium or Cobalt armor to start off with. Of course, try to grab whatever potions I have, make it easier, save me some time. Of course, there are going to be people that disagree with me on my stance about these types of videos, and that's totally fine. That's totally fair. I think for entertainment value, these videos are amazing, right? You're not going to lose attention as easily, and I completely forgot I need a Hellstone pickaxe. I never took the time to upgrade. I guess it's called a Molten pickaxe, huh? All right, let's go back down to grab the Cobalt. Also, while I have center stage, let me give my opinion on early hard mode ores. I think Cobalt is worse than Palladium, all right? And of course, this is all personal preference, so don't get offended by anything I say. And then, if I gotta be honest, we're gonna go with Orichalcum. That's just cool, bro. Who doesn't want to have bubblegum pink armor, right? And then, of course, my boy, Titanium, bro. There's no way in a million years Adamantite's preferred over Titanium. I'm, of course, joking. It's not that serious. I think I'm basing these opinions off, like, my first playthrough and probably nostalgia. Oh, wait. There you go. Apparently, Calamity has both in the world. Wow. So I can actually go with either, whichever one benefits me better. So me, I can't lie. I'm like every other American. I'm pretty addicted to short form content at this point. I could easily waste hours of my life just watching shorts, whether that be on TikTok, YouTube shorts, or even like Instagram reels. All of them offer their own different aspects that are enticing for me, and they definitely do relieve a lot of stress. When it comes to long form content, however, I'm slowly starting to appreciate videos that demonstrate more of a soul instead of just being flashy and good content, quote unquote. I'm starting to enjoy the videos that are like actually useful information wise or just relaxing. And part of that's an inspiration for why I make my videos how I do. I've realized that to connect with a creator, you do need to kind of be on a one-to-one basis with them. You can't really just watch their flashy videos and feel anything from that. So yeah, I saw myself after that in hopes that some of you guys will be able to connect with what I'm saying and appreciate my words instead of just my video and my content. As of recently, it's been doing well for me, actually. I really do appreciate all the support. I've seen every comment. I try to respond to as many as I can. All jokes aside though, it doesn't really matter. in the end of the day, everyone's gonna like their own thing. There's gonna be people who want to watch both sides of the spectrum. So just being that one side that I feel like nowadays is a little more unique, kind of like the old side of YouTube, right? The more personality driven YouTube instead of the flashy content, money driven side of YouTube. At this point, I might have enough ore to make what I need. I'm probably just gonna fly around a little more to find what else I can. And I don't know what my opinion is really on short form content having like subtitles. I think is technically a form of retention editing. But for example, I try my best to put them on. More of a courtesy than anything. I think it's just really, really helpful to have those. A lot of the time I'll be watching shorts without any audio, so having the subtitles really just makes any short form content video more absorbable. But sure, yeah, it is attention editing, but I think it's a completely different aspect of it. Whereas like screaming in the camera or flashy edits, things like that are always going to be things that just kind of draw my attention away from the actual creator themselves and more just towards the content. Hey, maybe I have it completely wrong though. We'll see. I think I'm gonna stick to what I like, stick to what I think is better. But if it doesn't work out, then that's whatever, man. I'm doing what I love, all right? Maybe I'm completely missing the mark by not editing the same way everyone else does. But if I want to enjoy what I'm doing, I gotta do it the way I feel is best. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Since we are almost prepped with ore, let's go see how much we got. See if we can make enough for a full set at least. All right, let's craft as much as we can of these, as well as the palladium. It's kind of cool that Calamity allows you to do both. So of course we're going to get the pickaxe. Easy upgrade. We'll need this later after we beat our first mech boss. And then I think I'm able to craft both sets for armor. So I'm going to do that and then compare them to see what the different benefits of each are. Just because I think it's funny and like completely against my reasoning, I'm going to edit that section to be cut together pretty quickly because I think it's funny. All right, let's test them. So right now we have 37. That's with pre-hard mode armor. This is going to bump us up another 7 defense, which is good. And this set bonus will greatly increase life generation, which seems pretty beneficial. Compared to Cobalt, we are going to have quite a lot more armor. But this one, the set bonus is going to... The ammo save, I'm not concerned about. A little more speed. Okay, so this is mobility. I think I'm going to stick with Palladium. It's a little bit more tanky as well as giving me more life regen. I think survivability is going to be a little more key than movement. I guess you could argue that movement is survivability. All right, for that, we're going to put away the rest of this armor, and then I'm probably going to wrap the video up. So yeah, that's my take on retention editing and why I think it is... It's not a bad thing, but I think it's a little bit much for me and probably a lot of people as well. I think older style YouTube videos, like the ones I grew up with as a kid, are always going to be favorable just because they show more of a personality. And I'm always going to look back and be like, hey, I miss this YouTuber. And it's not at all for the videos. It's totally for personality. You're going to think this is so funny, but when I was like 8, all right, I grew up on Stampede Longnose. Yeah, this is the first YouTuber I ever watched play Terraria. He had like 100-something episode video series, completely uncut, raw, just play the game, go by with your personality, man. And that's what I grew up with, so that's what I like. Because of that, not everyone's gonna like these videos. People are gonna grow up and have their own style of videos that they like. That's okay with me, man. I just hope some people can connect with what I'm saying at least and enjoy the gameplay. I hope to be that person to someone else one day. I think that'd be a good thing. But yeah, that's about it. I've gotten pretty far in Calamity, so if you want to come see me and not miss out on any of this progression, you can come watch me on Twitch. Link will be in the description, as well as I'll throw it up on screen right here using my cool retention editing style. Other than that, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day and try not to get sick. All right, love you all.